Okay, so we're going to be streaming on YouTube since Facebook streaming is not working. But hi, everybody. This is Subhan Tariq from the Tariq Law Firm. Um, I am going to be talking to you guys about debt collection in the COVID era. As we currently stand, we know that things are locked down across much of the United States and around the world, actually. And a lot of people are trying to make sense of what's going on. Is do they have to pay bills related to mortgages or credit cards, or um, you know where do they stand? How is this going to show up on credit reporting? What's going on with utilities, foreclosures? A lot of people have been asking a lot of questions, and as a consumer advocacy firm, we're here to answer your questions. So if you ever have any questions, feel free to call us. Um, I'm at the office still. Our paralegals are working from homes. Lawyers are essential workers, on certain types at least. I am recording. I am recording this. Good call. Thank you, Kelly. Um, so. Uh, a lot of people have always asked about credit reporting, and again, since we just started recording, I'm Subhan Tariq from the Tariq Law Firm. There's a lot of people have asked questions about credit reporting, about debt collection, about mortgage payments, foreclosures, evictions, landlord-tenant issues, and there have been a lot of questions. Actually, we've been getting inundated with more and more questions daily, and so we've went and taken some proactive steps. We've created uh, a Tariq Law COVID-19 consumer resource guide. It's available on our Facebook page. If you go to facebook.com and you look up Tariq Law, I've shared our um, Google Sheet of all of the consumer resources that are available. That pertains to the prohibition on certain collection types of actions, the non-essential business closures, can debt collectors work from home, under, and again, Dark Law, we're located in Long Island City, so uh, all of the stuff that I'm going to be talking to you guys about today is stuff that's related to New York. I'm licensed in New York. I'm licensed in New Jersey as well, but for the most part, the stuff that I'll be talking about is going to be pertaining to New York. I'll also prepare next time for New Jersey, but New York, there are mandatory closures of non-essential businesses for in-person work. Essential services exempt from the order include banks and related financial institutions. Actually, that's the language in the order that the governor passed. The governor's order, Governor Cuomo's order, that said that essential. It closed. All non-essential businesses were closed for in-person work, and essential services that were exempted were banks and related financial institutions. So uh, this kind of draws into what's a bank or a financial institution. And so the definition of essential financial institutions are banks, insurance agencies, payroll and accounting firms. Debt collection does not appear to be exempt, which is a really good thing. Debt collection doesn't appear to be exempt from working from home. So it seems like all debt collectors in New York should be at least working from home. So we should reduce the amount of people calling. But it doesn't say that they can't collect on debt. They're still allowed to continue their business practice. They're seeking to collect legally on debts. Um, so businesses can request the designation of essential. So if they did, that would require them to come in. That would require their employees to come in. But that's not a worry at the moment because uh, most New York is not going to grant debt collectors or as the ability to be deemed to be essentials. Now, related to foreclosures, all foreclosures by order of the court from March 15th, the Chief Administrative Court ordered that effective March 16th, all evictions and foreclosures were halted. Actually, March 20th, was the order by the governor, which mandated that there shall be no enforcement of either an eviction of residential or commercial, or a foreclosure of any residential or commercial property for a period of 90 days. Tolls wide range of time limits until April 19, 2020. So that means that, for at the moment, nothing is going to be happening for foreclosures. All foreclosures are going to be stayed, and there's no evictions pending. All evictions are also going to be stopped, and that's effective for the next 90 days. And also, there's a moratorium on utility termination. So all utility that would have been shut off won't be shut off. The governor has ordered that. New York, in New York City, all the courts are closed for non-essential court dates. So all civil matters in state courts are stayed pending the reopening of court. It's going to be for at least either 60 or 90 days. There's going to be no warrants on civil judgments for unpaid court debts. And the district attorney Eric Gonzalez in Brooklyn also announced that he won't be prosecuting low-level crimes. The city is trying, and the state is trying to conserve as many resources as we can. So it's important that it's not going to that government is not pursuing low-level crimes. The New York Attorney General also announced on March 16th that state debt collection would be suspended for at least 30 days for all student and medical debt would be automatically suspended, and consumers with other state debts like taxes or like you owe tolls or whatever, you can apply for relief. And it's part of the resource guide that we've provided at Darak Law. It's on the Facebook page. Go like Darak Law on Facebook and make sure to you can see all of these resources. Buffalo is suspending late fees on interest and parking as well. And the great thing is that what I've done is I've tried to lay this out in resource form on the website through this Google Sheet so that everyone can easily track all of this information. So actually what I'll do is, I thought I was sharing this before, but I wasn't so bright to be that smart. So what I'll do now is I'm now sharing this screen, I believe. All right. No, I'm sharing the wrong one. Let's see. Which screen am I on? I hope this is the right one. If it's not, if you don't see a spreadsheet, please let me know, Kelly. If you're still on here, yeah, Kelly, you are. You see this resource guide that I've created. Okay, Kelly, no, wrong one. Okay, so do you see it now? Do you see it now? Screen share. Screen 3, right? Yeah, you should be seeing this. Do you see the Google Sheet? Yes, perfect. So this is the resource guide that I created. So there's a prohibition on certain debt collection practices. right? So there's a moratorium on, and these sheets, when you open them, they open into a bigger, more detailed things. So when you scroll down, you'll see, so New York, this has right here, New York, Cuomo, the largest private student loan servicers in New York, reached an agreement to defer payments for 90 days, waive late fees, and refrain from negative reporting data to the credit reporting bureaus. Servicers also agreed to cease debt collection lawsuits for 90 days and work with eligible borrowers to enroll them in applicable borrower assistance programs. Right, and so this is great because you can go to your state and figure out what resources are available and where the collection laws are, what's going on. So in New York, you can't even file a case at the moment. All state filings are also halted unless they're essential. So those are like, emergency temporary restraining orders or stuff like that. But new civil filings are all halted, and there is a toll of the statute. And if you go back to here, so essential business closures, so all non-essential businesses are closed. Can debt collectors work from home? A lot of places, and this will provide you with some guidance on where debt collectors are working from home. And so you can come down here and you see, there's New York, it's not filled in yet. So it's from New Jersey. They'll take no action to enforce branch. There we go, somebody else is here. They'll take no action to enforce branch office licensing requirements for bar licensees. So there's a lot of things that are happening. I would really recommend everyone check the resources that are available through this the Dark Law COVID resource guide that we created. There's a bar on collection of debt owed to state and local governments. There's a suspension of certain court proceedings. There's so many, and these will all track back to state by state. And we teamed up with the National Consumer Law Center on these. And if you have questions, you can contact us. You can contact them. We have all of the New York resources are laid out in front of us. There's a letter on file. I'll get this letter and I'll circulate it for everyone. There's a letter on file. This was a call to action to get the state to, no, that wasn't the call to action. That shouldn't have been. No. There is a letter asking for debt collection industry to cease collection efforts. So I'll get this and I'll provide it in the resources later on. If you guys want to email me, it's Subhan, my first name, Subhan @tariqlaw.com. That's Subhan, Subhan @tariqlaw.com. You could also visit our website or follow us on Facebook. And so there's all of these resources that are available for medical debts and for foreclosures and for garnishments and debt collection lawsuits. You can come here state by state and you can figure out, you come here and let's say you're looking for medical debt. And medical debt in New York, as I mentioned before, has been stopped, right? So the National Consumer Law Center has produced state by state what's going on. And we teamed up with the National Consumer Law Center for this. They have free online resources as well. And all medical debts accruing from February 1st should be subject to consumer protections, including but not limited to a prohibition on collection activity of at least 120 days, a prohibition on reporting to the credit bureaus of medical debts, a prohibition of any other extraordinary collection actions. extensions of federal and state health insurance appeal deadlines. Actually, New York State has opened a new enrollment period in the New York State of Health. So if you don't have health insurance yet, now is a great time to get signed up for health insurance as well. And then on this side, what we've done is we've copied and pasted all of the New York specific things. So for instance, New York's there's a moratorium on utility terminations. There's a 60-day, this was, and what I've done is that I've created the links, and you click it and it'll take you to the governor's press conference on this. So make sure to check on the resources that are available. And as always, if you have any questions, make sure to reach out to us at Tharic Law. I'm just gonna stop the sharing. As I mentioned before, this Tharic Law COVID Resource Consumer Guide is available on our Facebook page. So if you go to facebook.com and then you search up Tharic Law, so you go here, facebook.com, and we go to, sorry about this, I wasn't really planning on, here we go, right? So Tharic Law Firm, and we see, you scroll down, and I'm sorry that it's slow, but here we go. Here's the resource guide. Once you click here, it's available. You can share it. The link is shareable. You don't have to worry about somebody editing it because we've turned off the ability for anyone to edit it except for me. And we'll send you over all of these resources so you can have and share with anyone that you need to. If you have friends or family or colleagues or clients or whatever you have, make sure you share the resources. Sharing is caring. And at this time of great difficulty with coronavirus and a lot of people facing uncertainty, and 16.6 million people in the past 3 weeks that have filed for unemployment, sometimes just a little bit of info can provide a lot of help for a lot of consumers. And so my email is subhan@thariclaw.com. I just typed it into the chat box. And hopefully I'll try to do weekly Zoom calls. I'll try to keep them into 10, 15, 20 minutes max. Usually I like to keep under 20 minutes. And then, as you have any questions, feel free to contact me. If you have more questions, always, contact us on Facebook. And we love to answer questions. I'll try to post further in advance and keep a Zoom call that you don't have to register for in advance next time, so that you can just we can just share it and a lot more people can be on. And if people have questions, they can just ask them. Kelly, if you have any questions, oh, there he is. Audrey, sorry. The thing has hit my business in a peak of my business season. I was planning to close my business at the end of the year anyway due to insufficient profits. Now it looks like it does not make sense to try to get a loan just to stay in business. How much does it cost to file bankruptcy? You're looking at, probably depends on your state. If you're in New York, you're looking at between $2,500 to $3,500 that you can pay over time. But it depends on how much debt, if any, you're in. Feel free to contact us. I love to answer questions because a lot of people are facing a lot of insecure times, and just talking to somebody helps. So feel free to call. I'll put the chat. I'll put the office number, and I'm here at the office for a little bit more today. There's my office number, so feel free to contact us. But at the moment, I would recommend you could file for unemployment. If your business is going to be the great part of unemployment, you could file for multiple things. You do have options. It doesn't really make sense to apply for a loan if you're planning on closing your business anyway. That is true. Depends on how your business is formed. It may actually make sense to borrow the money and then close your business later, but that's you can talk to us in private. Um, with regards to what to do, you can get unemployment even if you were self-employed. You qualify for being able to get unemployment. Even if you get the loan, you're technically, the way that the loan is structured is that it's forgivable over time. So even if you were doing payroll and you kept yourself and you continued the business, then that would technically be forgivable. But then yes, you would have a loan, and then eventually you'd have to try to get it forgiven. And you know how the government is with a lot of things; they're a headache to deal with. So would you really want to take that kind of hassle on? Maybe. I don't know. That'd be up to you. But you can also apply for unemployment. And the great part of the stimulus that they have is that you have unemployment for a full benefits for 4 months, and the government is giving you $600 on top of that per week, so that you are living pretty comfortably. Not comfortably, I'm not saying you're living great if you were making great money before, but given COVID-19 times and thousands of people dying and all of this stuff happening, and this great trillions and trillions of dollars, because the government has just printed $10 trillion of damage to our economy. There's going to be a lot of there's a lot of resources available to you. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. I just have a lease I will have to get out of. If you want to just get out of a lease, and you're not in any debt, then you shouldn't be filing bankruptcy. Contact us. We'll walk you through a program. Or we'll just answer your questions and we'll point you in the right direction about what you can do. If you could do those steps yourself, then great. If you can't and you need some help, contact us and we'll offer you some the business filing bankruptcy. Yeah, if your business is filing bankruptcy and you got a lease, it's up to you. Contact us. I'd have to answer those questions over the phone. And so thanks for the time, everyone. I'm just gonna we'll end here. And then if you guys have more resource questions, feel free to contact us with more resources. If you have personal questions, you can call the office. And we have all these resources available to you. Just feel free to contact us, and I'll just share the link with you guys on this so that you can copy it and share it amongst yourselves with your friends. And so this way you can share it with your friends, and you can also look at it yourself. Hopefully everyone stays safe, and have things improve over time. Have a great night, everyone. Be safe, and Aduhai, stop sharing, pause sharing. No, pause sharing, stop sharing. There we go, and then you end the meeting. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.